Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Alendra, and I figured since I'm in the crib, I'm finishing off this seafood boil that I had earlier, and the family's home, the dogs are barking, we just chillaxing. So why not just share with y'all a little story time? So there we go. There's a dog. They saying hello. So today's story time is going to be about the time I worked at a wax center. And it's a pretty common one. It's a chain. So if you know, you know. I was a GSA, which is like a guest service associate or something. Basically, whoever you see when you walk in at the front desk, check you in and stuff. So basically, I applied for this job off of Indeed. And here's one thing that I will say, and I hope changes in the future, but every time I apply for a job and I get a call back soon, that's always a red flag. It means you definitely need me, and it's just never been a great job. So, and I do want to preface this by saying I don't know. This is just that location, and also it was a franchise. So like, it could be anybody who buys one. You know, I'm not going to say it's the whole entire company as a whole, but yeah. So, we got snow crab, green mussels, what's left of my corn, shrimp, and potato. So yeah, I'm gonna be chewing and munching and stuff. So don't be in my comments pissing me off today. All right. So I got a call back, and I went in for an interview. Went in, was cool or whatever. Got the job. My first day that I was starting, y'all. And this the title of this is gonna be how I got hired and fired from this wax center. So I went in for my first day. The first day I'm in the back, they give you like a shirt with the little logo on like the collar. They give you a binder with like all the information you need to know and all the packages and everything like that, basically. So the manager there was going over it with me and everything, and then randomly, and meanwhile, this is like in the back. So like when you walk down the hall to this place, if you ever been, you know, there's like rooms where you go and you get waxed, and at the end of the hallway, it's like the computer where they all can go and see the appointments. They change throughout the day, the bathroom. And then there's another door for the break room. So in the break room, there's also cameras. Like you can see the entire salon. Obviously not inside the wax rooms, but you know, everywhere else. But there's no sound. So basically, we're in here talking. And I guess since we were looking down at the book and she was teaching me stuff and everything, she was distracted, so she wasn't looking at the cameras. So this girl just walked in, and she just starts, and I'm gonna name the boss lady. She had like a generic name. I'm just gonna name her Catherine. We'll just call her Catherine. So the girl walks in, and she's like, this is so funny. So the girl walks in, and she's like, Catherine, where's my shit? And I'm just sitting there like, because it was just me and her in there at the time. But I got shortly after that, the wax girls from the front came into the back, because I guess once they saw her or heard her, because she was loud as shit, they knew it was up. And as I worked there longer, you know, when you're new to a job, you don't know what be going on, but then you get the tea. So they gave me the tea after. But basically, she walked in, she was like, Catherine, where's my shit? Okay? And Catherine was like, now's not the time. Now's the time. You need to leave. You need to leave.
You need to leave.
And the girl was just like, no, like, I need my stuff. I left my stuff here, and if my stuff is not here, it's gonna be a problem. Like, this girl was not playing. So I'm just sitting at the table, like, so she's going through the cabinets and stuff, looking for her stuff. So then Catherine pops up, and she's like, I threw your stuff away. So I'm like, oh shit. So she's like, why the would you throw my stuff away? That wasn't your stuff to touch. Now you about to get your ass beat. I'm like, oh my gosh. So Catherine's like, you were fired. You no longer work here. You didn't take your stuff with you, so your stuff is going in the trash. It went in the trash. So the girl is flipping the freak out. And then she looks me directly in my face and she goes, I just want to let you know you shouldn't work here because she's a bitch. And I was just like, in my mind, I was like, thank you. In that message, thank you for that message. Because real rap, I did not, I wanted to get up and go right there. Because I was like, you know what? This is showing me, even Catherine being like, well, I threw it away, was giving me like, oh shit, I already know what I'm in for. So I was like, well, whatever. I just, at that time, I was fresh out of college. I was just like, oh, the job was around the corner. So I was like, I don't got a problem with making a little money. Plus, it was like you made like your base salary and then like commission off of like the packages that you sold, which in the end was bullshit. Because majority of people who frequently come there already have their packages. You renew them every once in a while, like every long time, and then when you don't like sell hella packages, then they be acting like you're the problem. Like, well, what's going on with you and your package sales were great last month? I'm like, because everybody's freaking packages were running out, and now they're all renewed, and then I'll see them again in another 6 months. Like, what? Please. But yes. So after she told me that, then she was like, you know what, you have to go. So she got up and kind of like touching her a little bit, like trying to push her out the door, and they went into it or whatever, and then they walked up to the front. Meanwhile, I'm still sitting in the back, so I can see the cameras. So they're walking, and like there's like a product wall in the front area. So as they're walking, the girl like nudges her, like, get off of me, and she like very slightly goes into like the product wall. But like the way the products are set up, like if she had literally nudged her super hard, the product would have fell. Like nothing would have. It was very like timid. So then the girl leaves out. She locks the door, calls the police, which I'm not surprised. She makes a complaint and says like the girl assaulted her and shoved her into the wall and everything. I'm like, this girl is crazy. So I already saw her. This girl is crocodile tears type of lady. So yeah. So after that, I guess they had made a bet on if I was gonna come back. Because after that, the lady was just like, I'm just gonna let you go early. We'll start again tomorrow. And they waited for the police and stuff, and I just left. And in my mind, I was like, I probably shouldn't come back here. But then I was like, I ain't got shit else to do. And that shit was popping for a first day. Like I want to know the real tea now. What happened? Who's that girl? And I think I've seen her before because I used to go to that location to get waxed. So, but yeah. So the next day, I came back and they all was like, "Oh, you came back." I mean, we really didn't think you were gonna come back. Yeah, we was betting. So I thought it was so funny. Shortly after that, I started getting cool with the girls. So they basically told me that the girl who worked there, like, she was cool. She would draw a little bit, like draw means like do too much sometimes, but she wasn't that bad. And they was like, Catherine was wrong for throwing her stuff away. Like she did it on purpose because like you could have gave her a chance or called her to get her stuff or something. And they were telling me like, yeah, Catherine be crocodile tearing it up. And yeah, so they left it at that. Like they gave me like the minor tea. I didn't get everything. So from then on, I just kept working there. And she was just like, I'm so grateful. And we used to have Thursday meetings every Thursday, and it would be like pizza or like I was right near a California tortilla or something, like whatever it was called. So she would always get chips and queso and whatever. And we actually got cool because she just told me the story about how she was friends with Coolio. And you know how white people be. And if you're a white person, this is how you be. Like whenever you have a black friend or a black person around you, y'all be trying to find ways to relate to them or other black people that you may know. So it was I knew Coolio and we're friends and he knows my mom and everything like that. So I'm like, okay. So she's telling me about that. And then at the same time I was vegan. So I think she was if not vegan, vegetarian. So we used to always bond over that, and then when I would make food, I would bring it in and stuff like that for her to try. So we was cool. You know, you find a common interest with somebody. So we was cool in that way. So following that, it was another girl that worked there. She was actually my good girlfriend, Natty. That's her name, Natty. So she was in school to be a massage therapist or something like that. So yeah. So basically, and there was another girl. She was in school too. So basically, I was the only one who was done with school, and they had they were currently in school. So she would put all these schedules on them and stuff like that, and they would be like, I can't do it. I have to go to class. Like, there's no way I can do this. And Catherine would be like, well, I mean, this is the center. Like, you got to make it work. And it was just like, girl, this is my education. You got to make that work. So then it started coming towards me, like, to fill the shifts and stuff like that. And then also be by myself closing and stuff. So I was like, and then one day, I'm trying to think, what was it? One day she said something to me, but I didn't like the way she said it. And then we were having a meeting shortly after that. What was it? I can't remember, but she started, basically after the shift started getting a little iffy with people, she started acting weird. And then we stopped being as cool as we was. So moving forward, I was applying for jobs. You know, when you get that little iffy feeling, you just start applying for jobs. And I had got another job. So what I did was she pissed me off as well. I put in my 2 weeks and I left the letter on her desk. So then the next time she came in, she was like, what did she say? What happened? I feel like I'm missing a part. You know what? I think she said something to somebody else, and I didn't like it. So, we had our Thursday meeting, and this was meanwhile, this is after I already put in my resignation on her desk, but she never said nothing to me about it. So at the 7 o'clock at the Thursday meeting, she basically was like, she would have this little notebook that she would write her thoughts in and stuff like that. So she was reading a notebook, and it was like, if you're not a part of the team, you don't want to be a team player, just say that, because we have lots of people here who are for the team and not wanting to leave the team, like, which is this whole thing. So I was just like, what the fuck? So I was just letting it slide, because like, I'm like, you doing too much. So my homegirl, who's a waxer, she just, as Catherine kept going in, my homegirl just randomly spoke up and was just like, are you talking about somebody specific? Because like, and it was just so great. She was like, no, I'm not talking about somebody specific, because but you need to mind your business. And I'm like, oh. So all I said was like, ooh, wow. Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. That's literally it. And she just flipped out on me, and she was just like, you know what, you can go. You can get up and go. And I'm just like, okay. I mean, like, I already put my 2 weeks in anyway, so it's no big deal. So then the other girls was like, you shouldn't talk to her like that. Like, it was kind of like we was all ganging up on her, but not really ganging up on her, but just like voicing our opinion, because girl, you're not about to just curse us out because you mad because we can't work here every damn 5 seconds. But no, I think we were making like $14 an hour or something like that. Like, girl, please, not even less than that. I don't even know, but don't flip out on me and take it out on all of us because you mad. Probably because what management is saying to you, because you're fucking up. But yeah, so she told me to get out, and I'm like, dang, no problem. So I stand up, y'all. Why would I stand up? This lady puts her hand on my back, and it took me back. It flashed me back. You can gaze into the future. It flashed me back to the girl on the first day, and how you touched her. But literally, she put her hand on my back, and she tried to like take her hand and like guide me out. I said, "Do not touch me."
Hey, you don't do that. Don't you touch me. I don't care. White man. Don't you touch me. Don't you touch me. Listen. No.
Because first off, I could see if I was being combative. When you said get out, girl, I got my ass up and I was ready to go. Fuck that Thursday meeting and them nachos. So I got up and I started walking towards the room where we keep our things. So I was going, to get my stuff in. I was a key holder, so she was like, "Give me the key, give me the key." I'm like, "You don't have to yell." And I kept it so poised the entire time. "You have to yell. I'm going to give you the key because I don't care. I don't. What am I coming back in here for? For you to wax my ass?" So I gave her the key, and I kindly walked out. And she tried to put her hand and got me out again. I asked her again, "Do not put your hands on me." And then I went home, and I kindly called the regional director and the owner of the franchise. I sent him an email after I Googled him and figured out what his email was. And then shortly after that, I received a call from the regional director. And then I guess all the other girls had called right after me, and they all were, I guess we all shared the same story and the same sentiments about her behavior for the past couple of weeks. And shortly after that, I heard that she was no longer with the company, and they offered me a position at another store that was nearby. And I was just like, I'm just so distraught from this experience. It's a no for me. And I went on to my next job. And yeah, I still feel like to this day I should have got free wax passes. But yeah, that's crazy, y'all. And another time I worked at the wax center. So I don't really tell story times like that, but because my memory be all over the place sometimes, and I be here to remember in the middle of the story what the hell happened. But if y'all like my story time, let me know and I'll tell some more. Bye guys, thanks for watching.